California. California state is the richest state in America. In fact, standing on its own, is the sixth largest economy in the world. Yet they had disaster and people lost their life. But they have all the money, they have all the measures. We are not using this as an excuse.
But it's about how prepared you are. It means I wouldn't take him out of context and use this against him. But that illustration and other them example and a comparison now or the California or the yay with Ghana and the flood no brother and try uncle ye.
In that of Honorable Muntakah about pass comments be online efa Acrra floods no ho now comment over pass and no kran me nim amount bebre na dwa for passing that comment. So the Ghana to other countries ho Ghana ye ni proper drainage system. Interban is saying na Honorable Muntakah Edin to contribute is a US because US in name say a country be a proper drainage system. In fact, and come because when the media and the Quame A+, Ninu Abema Quame Strabo be din komo na and some more countries say Ghana yen politicians in a problem. In fact, me know about this story very interesting. Quame Strabo atono baba bekasa. But before we get into the updates, make sure you new viewer and subscribe to your channel where me just over subscribe, like and actually your comments mu efama ye. Into Honorable Muntakah eba be pass comments be another Ghana to other countries so. Yenche video we say efamra.
Yesterday I had the opportunity to speak on one of our prominent media houses, and I said disasters will always come. It is how prepared you are that will determine the minimum the amount of loss that may be occurred. Because Mr. Speaker, today, and I'm saying it not to water down the effect, but just to draw all of us attention that America is the richest country in the world. And one of its richest states is California. California state is the richest state in America. In fact, standing on its own, is the sixth largest economy in the world. Yet they had disaster and people lost their life. But they have all the money, they have all the measures. We are not using this as an excuse. Water will always come, but we must do what we can as people. And we are looking at this as a whole of government and a whole of society approach. We are looking at it as a whole of government and a whole of society approach, where individuals will have to take their responsibility, assemblies have to take their responsibility, those of us in government will have to take our responsibility and work very hard to ensure that we do not.
In that of our social video way, would see someone Honorable Muntakah Edibetu Jana, not all the Ghana compare different country now. You can tell say difference womb. Saint make us say difference womb no. Country no the Ghana compare no. Sa country no a proper drainage system. Now me say sa flood we see Acrra no. The number of people me say about 100. Bankrofo we person bekano kren naturally. They are intentionally telling us say Encrofo 15, Encrofo 20, Encrofo 30. They are more than that. But any na no maba catching say Encrofo say in. These are politicians, they know exactly what is causing the flood. Bumu bumu yenshe say we see if they will find better solutions to it. Omunye ready. Quame Strabo be din komo. Now according to Quame Strabo, ne nkomo ba be di ye say Ghanaian politicians no adentina omo sorry omo ye comparison ehu hia. Ti nkomo we na rofo feel free. So be kire wadwen e dey amaye wo comment ni.
Yeah, sometimes politicians no another in painful na yet ways what the one share mine. Sometimes what utterances be or it just invites people to criticize them, or it exposes their knowledge and their thinking and their leadership skills when issues like this happen. Because see, I wouldn't be one of those people who are taking what he said out of context and use it against him. I will explain one or two things to you. So Muntakah didn't just say this. He spoke about how they are going to use the military, the engineers in the military to help rebuild all these places that were affected by the flood. He said a lot of good things in whatever he said. Only we no kade disaster do be see. Baby abokubia disaster yeden osi. Now California Acrra no disaster see. One where the richest state, one of the richest state on its own. The economy na cry one of the richest Acrra no disaster to me see na de. Inti obeba, but it's about how prepared you are. Inti mean I wouldn't take him out of context and use this against him. But that illustration and them example and a comparison na or the California or the ye with Ghana and the flood no brother he shouldn't have done that. Okay? No politician should compare that flood that happened in Acrra to any other place or system here. Acrra is a lowland sitting under the Acrra Mountains. Picture some American watching. Sheda Jina Acrra, no mountains no sort. Before no wo it no. Acrra sits just under those mountains. Just after that is the sea, the Atlantic Ocean. Inti insubi oboto mountains no so hobia no. Onam ho gagagaga befa Acrra na wa akobopum. Inti nkran na nkasa no baby osi no. Iye baby a ede what you strategizing very well. However, in some years ago, na flood na osi won kran no. Na oye minimum. These are the reasons why na oye minimum. 1. Mountains no soro ho no. Naturally, this is how nature has designed it. Ewundua na osisi mountains ni mu na marshes na ade no. Insu no to a or break insu no down na wa absorb bi wo asase na ase. Iye den a the mountains no do ho no and ndua na ase no ye wondua apro wo ho a obagi insu, ye grass wo ho, ye manure wo ho a obagi insu no. Nti se insu no to a I would say about 40 to 50% depending on insu no how oboto na obesen ko gupum. Mountains na nkasa oje na dodo na. In the mountains no of first start we see down odo wolbubu ndua odo nyina. Nti dua na nke edo oje insu no wo mountains no do ndua no ne fana lefi ho. Ti insu no ma na nka wo beje ni na besia afankran. Enka olbesia afankran a drainage na nka odbeba besen both artificial and natural na nka odbeba besen odekwogu nsum ni nyina no ho aka. Onyeden hwodona mote. Talking about this where Acrra is situated, nkedi enya odona beye 2 and 3 natural and artificial ones. And soon bapena ko name. You see, drainage is like your blood makes more okoyemu. Then you have the bigger veins and the smaller ones. The smaller ones come and they connect to the bigger ones. In Crino, in the drains ni na no or ye juma correct nanka akọ to top big ones to the odor and munanka and suit of no name. Waterways na also din suno besen wo sisi dansi. Drains na insuno Oto, ye gra yinsu, whatever, ofem no ko join these waterways no so a obi to me ye store. Now, or the concrete, or the egum. On one na wokita wall and him you no wako 2 egum na nsu na de kon. Or ye fly tipping. And get that by taking it serious. We don't do anything to them. Kadam microphone nka watching one more fine nanka every Tuesday fly tippers ni na odun ebogu Independence Square no we gwa wechi. Men fa won ko to prison for taxpayers money pia e mo we di ban. This is not a natural disaster. This is an artificial disaster. Another problem that it causes the flood in Acrra. Equaland they have parks. Parka. Chede insuluta also wa grass na obutum no widen. Wa jinsuni bi. Obiane backyard there is grass. On the Ghana mo your front yard. Other countries the UK emi dey your backyard. The backyard no or grass. Inti insuluta na wa jinsuni bi. Eco park, Acrra park da, Acrra park da, on so then oji nsu bi, so that there wouldn't be pressure on the drainage. Ghana no obi a paving if you. Park and kede order da ho, ma chede nka fa ha nka park kakra obi tum kwa picnic kodo, or so or saving from flood and also wa ton ni nyina if ankran be bianyi ho ye park. So the whole Acrra no wa tile nsu no nko. Ah oye adibia nka oye town and council planning for Wejuma. Here we are. Them town and council planning, remember what I would tell. Yeah. Town planning and town council, very useless people. One kasano, Oberman Crawford, permit there, Koneko Sidansia. This is also the role that politicians and those who do politics are playing. June 3rd, Mahama Nabredo, Nkofu over 100 in wo you were them circle disaster. MPP for the year politics, the year president na eno fido ena nanado by nanado next time flood see you know president na nabre June 3rd ni see no ye Mahama he had the audacity to disrespect Ghanaians and use flood as politics. Whilst on Ankasano under the watch over 100 in the week. Oipananka, Akufo na time flood scene kedo kade chale. Edi ehwenye ma bi ye. Mesma June 3 nkofo wi no. Say anhwenye ma bi ye no sense oba ha adwen debi. Oipana san so the year politics. Telling us that one who June 3 for the fuck off. Mo ejinjim kra mo nkwa no ho hia. He used it for politics. Wa san ya ba MPP fo no so what the year politics. Amahama na oka de flood de nkofo to me solve na say blame games. It's not me ka akire mu MPP na NDC die hard na dem mo ye nkwasiafo no mo ye nkwasiafo mo ye mboa mo ejinjim mo ye kwasia mu nkwasia. See my Facebook bio I will go change them then do am die hard MPP and NDC mo ye nkwasiafo mesido esido mo ye mboa mo ye amambofo hwe ehia obi mu abedi kuro no do na mo nyina no wasesa constitution no da homa sem mo kon not or finish na legally. I mean, me a quine be president. Die hard MPP. Messisa constitution. Mo ye the madden. Mo na ye da ma be sen mo kon ye kum. Me time mo ye nkwasiafo. Mo ye amambofo. Se nka mo dwen kuro no ho a. Nka this time here flood ye si ankrofulu wi. Na nka de mob ye babom na nka yakọ town council. Town planning for her. Nanka obi office obi no demonstration ya sack woni na ya catch by the hold these people accountable because they are there, they are being paid with the tax, with our tax. Obi esiden esinsum town planning yibe ne signature shares the uncle see them die no. The people that we have to hold accountable kofo beye 50,000 30,000 nanka march to all the town planning and town council office one kind. Na ko close ni na da mo saka obi na mo prosecute mo musuo mo ye MPP NDC mahama kade eyede mo ye nkwasiafo. You understand? And that's why the politicians will always take advantage of you. So that is the whole problem, and that is why you get people like Chairman Wuntumi Okwefikota na we kiss na no they kiss the ground, the same ground that he's destroying, because the grounds of the country are weak already, so he's weakening it more. Grounds, I will destroy you more. Baby. If we are serious country, anything either that Uncle Jail in Kagana, mob, your boss saw demonstration, your parliament house will be a few. Yes, we are not angry. And you see, that is why I understand the South Africans what they are doing. Since South Africa for now, you know. Yes, because when they sacked foreigners from their country, Ghana alone, majority of people living in South Africa are illegal immigrants. Not that they have a pass mark. I don't know where no. Go and put pressure on your government to fix your country. Don't come here and destroy this place as well. You can hate them as much as you want. They don't care. Because they've realized that if they leave this thing for their government, you wouldn't do it. So they have to do it by themselves. And that is what they're doing. And I support it. First, but if they don't use some serious brutal measures, as much as they are doing the right thing. Senka wasa kenkrofo na nkrofo beye 40% be another 35% be na kwa illegal immigrant. Not tell oh they be adam we wrong. Go back. You can't live in their country illegally. Why e bet mo be obokun bia no we kun free. Mo Ghana for na Nigeria for na other countries Jimmy. Mo fa pressure nkoto ma ban do no here adwuma. And that is what we have to get in our country. Now on kan for 100,000 one match no over parliament house dem nja Jimmy na nka wo botu megina no. The whole democracy thing is for the people and by the people. So when we vote and certain things are not going well, and you to mobilize 100,000 some serious demonstration be Jack Munyi the Makoyedi. The Makoyedo Koje, one Koje and Tase. A buying no bone no boys in Winyabel. They'll always do the right thing. But says here, assembly paper for the skates. The buying no call share, assembly is not this. Ha, Ghana for the G. Seafo, a better than one for serious. Friday see now, some serious demonstration be there fan crime. Every town planning, town council office be the yellow tomb. Policemen will go to make down. No. And that is why Muntakah, you don't have the audacity, you don't have the right to compare the disasters that happen in California to Acrra. California, the population there is 39 million. Ghana population here 39 million. And the world to now 40 million. Acrra flood in the Ekunkrofo 12. 3 years in California, Ekunkrofo 22. Now 12 no crano, you were wrong. Ekunkrofo we wobble them. There be a comparison. Ebe brother, bad na me mad in bill. Me mad in bill. Ebe a comparison then. It tells me who you are. These politicians, they take us for granted. Ekunkrofo we were elwak in my a politician will be catching any time I also work. We are not angry, we are stupid people. So looking at all this I've given you, looking at how Galamsey is destroying water body. First, now Winnibal flood. In the Winnibal flood. Because the same analogy I gave you with the trees on the mountains now, Ojinsuno. In Dianina, then we now all the lands, what I Galamsey, in Tinsuno, in Kabebia, a land people to my absorb, Nina, Bessia Kugu, rivers, Nadinum. So everywhere is flooding because of Galamsey. And you are here doing MPP, NDC, and Muntakah is saying all these bullshit. Nah, let's not do that. Man, say I'm sure we ants now one and strategize near how you press about to government, individuals, and a local government. Brother, Chrono ye da. You be Jim the Marquisi. Brother, be for when you do my cultural A+ tomorrow. Yes, 8 p.m. You're hosting a live. Or Facebook. It's no more TikTok. Yeah, no Facebook. 8 p.m. tomorrow. Brana Boshe Bineshi Anyansa. We discuss it, Chrono. For more comments, I didn't bring. Let's have a very beautiful discussion tomorrow. Muntakah, them comparing Ghana to California, no, it doesn't make sense. No matter how you put it, it doesn't make sense. So them flag knows to a Californian, Ibis wo Acrra, Chrono Obobo. There wouldn't be a single soul in Acrra, Chrono. Then we was starting.